Hello everyone, welcome to day 247 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. E4, so I'll go for the Caro-Kann. Now I'll go into the Tattakau. They choose to protect their knight, but I can just go ahead and attack the piece. Although that would actually be a blunder because the knight would take with the check, so I have to go ahead and take. I can't take right now, I could attack the pawn. I can try to pin the bishop to the king, but that'll take two moves. I think for now I could play e6 and just slowly develop. I could push. Yeah, I think pushing is quite strong. Even though the bishop has a line of sight now, they can't really take. If they push, that looks very annoying. But I'll just try to simplify here. I probably could have played e5 actually. It will do the same thing. Undermine the center, but this move's also okay. And if they choose to defend the pawn, again, with the knight move, I can also just go ahead and attack it again with knight c6. Then they can push, but the knight just moves, so they actually do go for this. But now after takes and bishop takes, I can just develop. And I'm attacking the piece and I force them to play this. Queen takes, forcing a queen trade. I do have a check, but they just go ahead and block. They actually castle here. I can't really play e5. Could play f6 and then e5. Yeah, I think f6, e5 are fine moves. This bishop's going to be very annoying, stopping me from castling. Now I can put all my pawns on light squares. Because I'm playing a dark squared bishop. I could try to pin the bishop to the rook. They simply just go back. I can just develop like this. The knight can't really go anywhere. I can just slide my bishop up one square and then go ahead and castle. They could sacrifice the knight for a pawn, but they'd be attacking this. But I don't think that's good. I can also just pin the knight to the rook now. That goes into a dark squared bishop endgame, which I don't like. Cover all the squares and try to castle. They're really just adding attackers onto this pawn. If I castle, yeah, they're really just trying to. I could push, but the rook just takes. I'll go ahead and then just pin the knight. They choose to defend it, but I can just push, almost. I wish I could long castle here. I can challenge the rook. And I can start putting everything on light squares here. G6, F5, E4, A6, just to stop their bishop from ever pushing. They finally make a move, rook to F4, just sliding down one square. I'll play rook E8. And the move that I have here is actually F5. I mean, if the rook took though, that wouldn't work. But F5 is really interesting because if they take with the pawn, I can pin their rook to their king. So I could play G6, F5 here. But the problem with that is that they can attack this. So I could slide my rook up and then push. I could go for rook e6, g6, f5. They're just trying to take here. So push if takes, I pin. They take, I take. I just lose material there. That doesn't work. That's really annoying for me. I do have a check now, and they have to step back. This is really annoying for me, because if I play f5, they can take like this. Yeah, I just have to play bishop check, I think, here. They choose to block. They can win the pawn here, but I can lock their king out with c5, but yeah, I don't want them to come in. I cannot let their king come in. I should play g6 and f5 to move their king. They do make a move, so I can just make one too. This allows me to step forward, and if they give me a check, I just go backwards. And then it's just basically a draw. But now it's their move. If I take, they can start pushing their pawn. And I can't let them push. I can't come through this way. They can start pushing through here, which would be very bad for me. But if they push through, I'm fine with that. If they take, they can never really push through. If I take, I think that's very bad for me. But I don't really have much else to do. They have to play c5 here. I think I'm losing here now. c5, just one extra pawn for them. Gives them a winning position here because c5 forces me to step back, which allows them to come in. And they do find it. Yeah, they get to just push through and promote now. So well played to them. Let's have a look at this game. I think I played quite well, but their one extra pawn actually won them the game in the end. They played with a 90.1 and I played with an 84.4. I had two mistakes, but I played like a 1900, they played like a 2000. Them winning a pawn actually led to them winning the game, so well done to them. Yeah, the mistake was rook to e6, which allows their king to come in and win the pawn. What I had to play instead, I knew e6 allowed their king to come in. What I should have played was bishop over, just forcing the rook to move. Not allow them to win this. Bishop over just to attack the rook is the only move here, and if I played that, I'd be doing fine. It'd be a draw almost. Yeah, they force a bishop trade, which is a good move, because they get to just win a pawn. I should actually give a check here. If they take, my best move is rook d2. And I have a good chance of winning material here. I'm not supposed to trade, I'm supposed to give a check. These moves are all very good. Well, I had to play king over to try to win this. If I played king over, they could have played this. But this is already completely winning for white. It's just a one pawn advantage, really. If they give a check here, and that's what happened, I go back. But then I'm locking myself out, which is what I didn't think about. It wasn't best to take. I should have played king c6, like I said. If they played here, that draws the game because of this. And this is just a straight up draw. So, if I played king over here, if I played king over, and they took, king takes c5, is still actually a win for white. King d2 would lose the game. But either way, because of the one extra pawn that they won, they get an easy win here. Not an easy win, but a win eventually. It's very annoying, but it was a 1300 opponent, so I'm fine with that. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.